In this concise retelling of why we sleep, Matthew Walker explores the vital but often overlooked role sleep plays in our lives. He reveals how sleep affects learning, emotional well-being, and overall health, and offers practical steps to optimize sleep for a better life. Chapter 1 of the book discusses the importance of sleep and its impact on health and well-being. It highlights that a significant portion of adults in developed nations don't get enough sleep and explores the adverse consequences of insufficient sleep on the immune system, mental health, physical health, and more. The chapter emphasizes the link between inadequate sleep and various diseases, including cancer, Alzheimer's, diabetes, and cardiovascular problems. It also touches on the connection between sleep and weight gain, as well as the dangers of drowsy driving. The author discusses the historical mystery of why humans need sleep and points out that sleep is a fundamental biological phenomenon found in every animal species studied. The chapter challenges the idea of a single purpose for sleep and introduces the concept that sleep serves a multitude of functions for both the brain and the body. The author's personal journey into sleep research is briefly outlined, starting with studying dementia and eventually delving into the question of why humans sleep. The chapter concludes by mentioning the structure of the book, which will cover various aspects of sleep and its impact on health and society. Overall, Chapter 1 sets the stage for a comprehensive exploration of the importance of sleep and its role in human life. Chapter 2 of the book discusses the concept of sleep rhythm, the role of the internal clock in your brain, circadian rhythm, and the accumulation of sleep pressure due to a chemical substance. It also delves into the history of circadian rhythm research, including experiments with plants and humans. The internal clock in your brain, called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, generates a roughly 24-hour rhythm, but not precisely 24 hours. It can vary slightly from person to person. Some people are morning types, preferring to wake up early, while others are evening types, preferring to stay up late. This variation in sleep-wake preferences is influenced by genetics. Melatonin, often called the hormone of darkness, is a key player in regulating sleep. It is released at night by the pineal gland and signals darkness to the brain and body. However, melatonin itself does not induce sleep. It simply signals the start of the sleep process. Jet lag occurs when you travel to a different time zone faster than your internal clock can adjust. It results in feeling tired during the day and having difficulty sleeping at night. Jet lag can be particularly challenging when traveling eastward because it goes against your natural circadian rhythm. Pilots, cabin crew, and shift workers who frequently experience jet lag may face various health risks, including brain changes, memory impairment, and higher rates of certain diseases. To counteract jet lag, some people take melatonin supplements to help reset their internal clock to the new time zone. This can improve the likelihood of falling asleep at the appropriate local time. The chapter also mentions the importance of accommodating different sleep-wake preferences, morning larks and night owls, in society and discusses the evolutionary benefits of such variability in sleep patterns. This text discusses the two main factors influencing wakefulness and sleep: the circadian rhythm and sleep pressure. The circadian rhythm follows a 24-hour cycle, regulating alertness and sleepiness. Adenosine, a chemical that accumulates in the brain with wakefulness, represents sleep pressure, which makes you feel the need to sleep. Caffeine is introduced as a substance that counteracts adenosine by blocking its receptors in the brain, keeping you awake. Caffeine's effects can last for hours due to its relatively long half-life. The text emphasizes that caffeine is a widely used stimulant and can disrupt sleep patterns, leading to sleep difficulties often misinterpreted as insomnia. It also highlights that caffeine sensitivity varies based on genetics and age. The text explains how the circadian rhythm and sleep pressure interact to regulate wakefulness and sleep. It illustrates how they can become decoupled during sleep deprivation, with the circadian rhythm temporarily offsetting rising adenosine levels, leading to a second wind of alertness. Finally, the text provides signs of insufficient sleep, such as the desire to fall back asleep in the morning and reliance on caffeine to function in the morning. Chronic sleep deprivation can have negative effects on mental and physical health, so addressing sleep deficiencies is crucial. It also mentions the importance of seeking professional help if you suspect a sleep disorder and provides a link to a sleep questionnaire. In Chapter 3 of the book, the author delves into the characteristics and recognition of sleep, both in oneself and others. They begin by highlighting how humans quickly recognize sleep in others through observable cues, such as a stereotypical sleeping position, lowered muscle tone, lack of communication, and the ease of reversibility. Sleep also follows a reliable circadian rhythm. The author then discusses how individuals self-assess their own sleep, describing two universal indicators. First, during sleep, there's a loss of external awareness, even though sensory organs still receive signals that are blocked by the thalamus, creating a sensory blackout. Second, there's a sense of time distortion during sleep. While conscious tracking of time is lost, the brain continues to measure time accurately, as shown when one wakes up before an alarm. The chapter also explores time dilation in dreams, where time in dreams often feels elongated compared to real time. Recent research in rats suggests that memories are replayed during REM sleep, but at a slower pace, possibly explaining this phenomenon. The chapter concludes with the revelation that there are two types of sleep, NREM and REM, as discovered by Eugene Aserinsky and Nathaniel Klagman in 1952. REM sleep is associated with active brainwaves and is linked to dreaming, while NREM sleep is divided into 4 stages, with stages 3 and 4 being the deepest and most difficult to wake from. In this section, the book explores the recurring sleep cycle that alternates between NREM, non-rapid eye movement, and REM, rapid eye movement, sleep stages, each lasting approximately 90 minutes. The author uses a hypnogram, a sleep graph, to illustrate the cycling architecture of sleep, which changes in balance across the night. The NREM sleep stages dominate the first half of the night, while REM sleep becomes more prominent in the second half. The book discusses theories on why sleep follows this asymmetric pattern, including the idea that it allows the brain to efficiently update and manage its limited storage capacity for memories. The author describes the electrical activity in the brain during wakefulness, NREM sleep, and REM sleep. While wakefulness is characterized by fast and chaotic brainwaves, deep NREM sleep features slow, synchronized waves. Sleep spindles, brief bursts of activity, protect sleep from external disturbances. Deep slow-wave sleep, occurring in the frontal lobes, is an active and coordinated state of neural collaboration. Despite its appearance of inactivity, it is a highly synchronized and orchestrated process. The thalamus plays a crucial role in blocking perceptual signals from reaching the cortex, leading to a loss of consciousness during deep NREM sleep. This state is far from dormancy, resembling a state of cerebral meditation, distinct from waking meditative states. In this part of the book, the author delves into the benefits of deep NREM sleep, highlighting its role in memory consolidation. The slow, synchronized brainwaves of deep NREM sleep facilitate the transfer of recent experiences from short-term to long-term storage in the brain. The book draws an analogy with radio waves, comparing fast FM waves, like wakefulness, to slow AM waves, like deep NREM sleep. During deep NREM sleep, these slow waves act as couriers, moving memory packets to safer, long-term storage. NREM sleep is a state of reflection, allowing for the distillation of memories. In contrast, REM, rapid eye movement, sleep is described as paradoxical sleep, where the brain activity resembles wakefulness, but the body is completely paralyzed. During REM sleep, the sensory gate in the thalamus reopens, allowing signals related to emotions, motivations, and memories to play out vividly in the brain. This phase is crucial for integrating information and building an accurate model of the world, often resulting in dreams. The book explains the paralysis mechanism during REM sleep, which prevents dream-related motor impulses from becoming physical actions in the real world. It also mentions the rapid eye movements that occur during REM sleep. The author raises questions about the existence of these sleep stages in other animals, and whether they too experience REM sleep and dreams. Chapter 4 explores the topic of sleep across various species and its evolution. It discusses how sleep exists across the animal kingdom, from insects and fish to mammals and birds, highlighting the ancient origin of sleep, which predates even vertebrate life. The chapter delves into differences in sleep patterns among species, emphasizing that sleep duration varies significantly between animals, even those within the same phylogenetic category. Factors like brain complexity relative to body size and nervous system intricacy play a role in sleep needs, but they don't fully explain the variations observed. The chapter also touches upon the presence of REM, rapid eye movement, sleep, and NREM, non-rapid eye movement, sleep in different species. Birds and mammals have full-blown REM sleep, associated with dreaming, while other species may have variations or absence of REM sleep, especially aquatic mammals. The author explores the question of which type of sleep, NREM or REM, is more important. Sleep deprivation experiments show that both types are essential for recovery, with NREM sleep being prioritized initially, and then followed by an increase in REM sleep rebound. The chapter concludes by addressing whether it's possible to bank extra sleep before anticipated sleep deprivation, which has implications for professions like emergency services, medicine, aviation, and the military. If Only Humans Could discusses the various ways different animals sleep and highlights a unique phenomenon in dolphins and birds where they can achieve unihemispheric sleep, allowing one half of their brain to sleep while the other remains awake for survival reasons. Humans also exhibit a mild version of this split-brain sleep when in unfamiliar environments. The chapter then delves into the rare circumstances under which sleep patterns can be diminished due to extreme environmental pressures, such as starvation, and examines how this impacts various species. The book also explores how modern society's sleep patterns have deviated from our natural biphasic sleep rhythm, observed in many pre-industrial cultures where people slept in 2 bouts with a midday nap. The abandonment of this pattern may have negative health consequences, as seen in Greece when the siesta practice declined, leading to an increased risk of heart disease and shortened lifespans. The chapter emphasizes the importance of understanding our natural sleep patterns and their impact on health and longevity. The book, Why We Sleep, by Matthew Walker explores the uniqueness of human sleep and its impact on our evolution and cognitive abilities. Humans have a distinctive sleep profile compared to other primates. While we sleep for a shorter duration, about 8 hours, we have a significantly higher amount of REM, rapid eye movement, sleep, the stage associated with dreaming, comprising 20 to 25% of our sleep time, compared to the average of 9% in other primates. This unique sleep pattern has contributed to our evolution from tree-dwelling primates to ground sleepers. The shift from tree sleeping to ground sleeping was likely made possible by the use of fire, which both deterred predators and provided protection from blood-sucking insects. Ground sleeping allowed for a more efficient form of sleep, characterized by shorter but more intense periods of REM sleep. This shift played a pivotal role in human evolution, contributing to 2 distinct features that define us as a species. Firstly, REM sleep enhanced emotional intelligence, helping us navigate complex socio-emotional signals in human culture. This recalibration of emotional circuits facilitated the formation of large, emotionally astute, and highly bonded social communities. Secondly, REM sleep fosters creativity by colliding freshly learned memories with existing life experiences, sparking novel insights and problem-solving abilities. This creativity benefit has contributed to human ingenuity and innovation. While both emotional intelligence and creativity are essential for human success, emotional intelligence, enabled by REM sleep, is considered more influential. It allows for the efficient sharing of creative solutions within social groups, contributing to our rapid evolutionary rise. In summary, the transition from tree sleeping to ground sleeping, accompanied by increased REM sleep, played a crucial role in the evolution of Homo sapiens. This shift contributed to our emotional intelligence, creativity, and the formation of complex social structures, ultimately propelling us to the top of the evolutionary hierarchy. The book also briefly touches on proof of sleep in small species, such as insects, and dispels the myth that sharks do not sleep, highlighting the importance of sleep across the animal kingdom. In Chapter 5 of the book, the author discusses changes in sleep patterns across the human lifespan, starting with sleep before birth. Before birth, infants spend most of their time in a sleep-like state, resembling REM sleep, and they exhibit movements that are likely the result of random bursts of brain activity during this stage. As pregnancy progresses, the fetus experiences an increase in REM sleep just before birth, which is crucial for brain maturation. The chapter explores the role of REM sleep in brain development, highlighting its importance in synaptogenesis, the creation of neural connections in the developing brain. Studies suggest that disrupting REM sleep during early development can have consequences, such as stalling the growth of the cerebral cortex. Researchers have also found a link between REM sleep abnormalities and autism spectrum disorder, ASD, particularly in terms of abnormal synaptogenesis. The author delves into the impact of alcohol on fetal and neonatal REM sleep, emphasizing that alcohol readily crosses the placental barrier and can disrupt the sleep patterns of developing fetuses. The book discusses the potential long-term effects of such disruptions, including social abnormalities in adulthood. Moving on to childhood sleep, the author notes that infants and young children have a polyphasic sleep pattern, characterized by multiple short sleep periods and frequent awakenings. This pattern gradually transitions to a monophasic sleep pattern as children develop a circadian rhythm. By 1 year of age, infants have a more structured sleep-wake cycle with longer periods of nighttime sleep. The chapter also explores changes in the ratio of NREM, non-rapid eye movement, and REM sleep across childhood. While the total amount of sleep decreases, the proportion of NREM sleep increases, leading to a shift in the NREM/REM sleep ratio. This balance stabilizes to an 80-20 NREM/REM sleep split during late adolescence and early adulthood. In this book, the author explores the relationship between sleep and different stages of life, particularly focusing on adolescence, midlife, and old age. Adolescence. During adolescence, there is a shift in sleep patterns from REM sleep dominance in infancy to more deep NREM sleep in late childhood. This shift is associated with the brain's need to prune and refine neural connections made during early development. Deep NREM sleep plays a crucial role in this pruning process, particularly in the frontal lobe responsible for rational thinking. Sleep researcher Erwin Feinberg conducted extensive studies on sleep patterns in children and found that deep NREM sleep intensity increases during adolescence, preceding cognitive and developmental milestones. He also discovered that the brain's maturation process starts from the back, visual and spatial perception areas, and progresses forward, with the frontal lobe being the last to mature, affecting rational thinking, Sleep is essential for adolescent brain maturation and rational decision-making. Sleep abnormalities during adolescence are linked to psychiatric disorders like schizophrenia. Circadian rhythm in adolescence. Adolescents experience a shift in their circadian rhythm, leading to a preference for staying up later and waking up later. This shift allows teenagers to operate independently and interact with peers during late-night hours. Early school start times can disrupt this natural circadian rhythm, affecting teenagers' sleep quality and overall health. Parents should understand and support their teenagers' sleep needs, as this shift is a biological change. Old age and sleep. Older adults require as much sleep as younger adults, but often struggle to obtain it. 3 key changes occur with age: reduced quantity/quality of deep sleep, reduced sleep efficiency, and a disrupted timing of sleep. Deep NREM sleep decreases with age, leading to a decline in sleep quality. Sleep fragmentation, often due to nighttime bathroom visits, reduces sleep efficiency. A regression in circadian timing results in earlier bedtimes for older adults. Older adults may inadvertently nap in the early evening, affecting their ability to fall asleep at night. The circadian rhythm may cause older adults to wake up early, even after a night of poor sleep, perpetuating sleep problems. Age-related sleep issues can contribute to various health problems and cognitive decline. Conclusion: understanding the relationship between sleep and different life stages is crucial for maintaining good health and cognitive function. Sleep plays a vital role in brain development during adolescence and continues to be essential for overall well-being in old age. Older adults should seek non-pharmacological interventions for sleep problems rather than relying on sleeping pills. Recognizing and respecting adolescents' changing sleep patterns is essential for their health and development. In this part of the book, the author discusses methods to adjust the circadian rhythm in older adults and addresses issues related to aging and sleep. The author explains that evening light, especially bright light at night, can disrupt sleep patterns by suppressing melatonin, making it difficult for older adults to sleep at a reasonable hour. To counter this effect, older adults who want to shift their bedtime later should get bright light exposure in the late afternoon. The author also recommends wearing sunglasses during morning exercise to reduce the influence of morning light on the internal clock. Furthermore, the author discusses the loss of deep sleep quantity and quality in older adults and its impact on memory. Brain scans revealed that the areas of the brain responsible for generating deep sleep deteriorate significantly with age, leading to a 70% loss of deep sleep in older individuals. Memory tests showed that older adults with the greatest loss of deep sleep also experience the most significant overnight forgetting of new information. The author emphasizes the need to develop methods to restore quality deep sleep in older adults, including brain stimulation techniques. The common misconception that older adults need less sleep is challenged, and it is suggested that they may need more sleep, but their ability to generate it naturally diminishes with age. The preliminary results of brain stimulation studies indicate that older adults benefit from improved sleep quality when their sleep is enhanced artificially. The author also highlights the importance of recognizing and addressing sleep impairments in the elderly, as poor sleep can contribute to various cognitive and medical health issues, including Alzheimer's disease. Finally, the author mentions the need for new treatment options to meet the unmet sleep needs of older adults, especially those with different forms of dementia. In Chapter 6 of the book, Why We Sleep, by Matthew Walker, the author discusses the incredible benefits of sleep for the brain. He starts by highlighting a fictitious advertisement that lists numerous advantages of sleep, including memory enhancement, creativity boost, attractiveness improvement, weight control, and protection against various diseases. However, He clarifies that these claims are all backed by scientific evidence. The chapter goes on to emphasize that sleep is a natural remedy that is often overlooked and undervalued, primarily due to a lack of public education about its importance. The author aims to rectify this ignorance in the following chapters. Walker discusses the different stages of sleep and their specific benefits for the brain. He explains that each stage of sleep, including light NREM sleep, deep NREM sleep, and REM sleep, offers different advantages at different times during the night. All of these stages are essential, and missing out on any of them can lead to cognitive impairment. One of the key benefits of sleep highlighted in the chapter is its role in memory. Sleep has been proven to aid in memory formation, both before and after learning. Before learning, sleep prepares the brain to create new memories, while after learning, it cements those memories and prevents forgetting. The author describes a study where participants who napped after learning had a 20% learning advantage over those who stayed awake. The chapter also delves into the role of NREM sleep, specifically Stage 2 NREM sleep and sleep spindles, in memory restoration. It explains how sleep spindles help transfer newly acquired memories from the short-term storage location in the hippocampus to a more permanent storage site in the cortex. This process allows the brain to free up short-term memory space for new learning. The chapter concludes by discussing the benefits of sleep for memory consolidation, both in humans and across different species. It emphasizes that sleep is crucial for solidifying and protecting memories, offering a 20 to 40% memory retention benefit compared to being awake. The author also mentions research on ways to boost memory benefits during sleep, such as electrical brainwave stimulation and auditory tones, though he advises against attempting these methods without proper supervision. Overall, Chapter 6 highlights the remarkable role of sleep in enhancing brain function and memory, shedding light on the vital importance of a good night's sleep. In a recent study, Swiss researchers suspended a bed from the ceiling of a sleep lab and gently rocked it to enhance deep sleep, improving sleep quality and boosting brainwaves. Scientists have also developed a method called targeted memory reactivation, where specific memories can be enhanced during sleep by replaying associated sounds. Sleep not only enhances memory, but selectively strengthens certain memories. It's not a blanket effect. Instead, sleep prioritizes memories with meaningful tags. Research shows that NREM sleep, particularly during sleep spindles, is involved in this memory selection process. Scientists are exploring ways to selectively weaken or erase specific memories, which could have applications in treating trauma and addiction. Skill memory, such as learning to play a musical instrument, can also benefit from sleep. Sleep helps perfect motor skills, even without further practice. A study demonstrated that practicing a motor skill followed by a night of sleep leads to significant improvements in performance. Sleep identifies and smooths out difficult transitions in motor memory, resulting in more fluid and automatic movements. These findings confirm the idea that practice, followed by a night of sleep, makes perfect for skill-based memory. In this part of the book, the author discusses the incredible benefits of sleep for memory, particularly focusing on motor skill memory. Sleep not only transfers memories, but also automates motor skills, making them effortless and second nature. The author's research shows that sleep spindles, especially in the last 2 hours of an 8-hour night of sleep, are crucial for motor skill enhancement. This information has significant implications for athletes, as sleep can enhance physical performance and reduce the risk of injury. The author emphasizes the importance of sleep in the days after a physically demanding activity, as it accelerates physical recovery. He also mentions that motor learning is crucial in the early years of life when we learn to stand and walk. Finally, the author touches on the role of sleep in fostering creativity. During REM sleep, the brain connects vast stores of information, leading to problem-solving abilities and innovative thinking. This process has resulted in some of the greatest breakthroughs in human history. In this chapter, the book discusses the severe consequences of sleep deprivation on the brain. Guinness World Records has stopped recognizing attempts to break the sleep deprivation record due to the high risks associated with it. The evidence presented in this chapter explains why sleep deprivation is detrimental to the brain, linking it to various neurological and psychiatric conditions. One of the key points is that even a small amount of sleep deprivation can lead to concentration problems, which are particularly dangerous in activities like driving. Drowsy driving is responsible for numerous accidents and fatalities, with microsleeps being a common cause. These brief lapses in concentration can have devastating consequences on the road. Studies by researchers like David Dingas reveal that humans need more than 7 hours of sleep to maintain cognitive performance. Even partial sleep deprivation, such as getting only 4 to 6 hours of sleep per night, can impair performance to a significant degree. What's more, individuals tend to underestimate their level of impairment when sleep deprived, making it even riskier. The chapter highlights that drowsy driving can be as dangerous as drunk driving, and the combination of sleep deprivation and alcohol magnifies the risk significantly. After 16 hours of being awake, the brain's functionality begins to decline, and individuals need more than just a few nights of recovery sleep to fully restore their performance. The book emphasizes the importance of recognizing the dangers of drowsy driving and provides advice on how to address it. It stresses that falling asleep at the wheel is not an accident but a preventable crash, and governments should invest more in educating the public about this issue. The chapter concludes with a tragic real-life example of a drowsy driving accident to underscore the severity of the problem. The book discusses the impact of sleep deprivation on cognitive and emotional functioning. It begins by highlighting the research of David Dingas and Dr. Mark Rose-Kind on power naps for aviation industry workers, emphasizing that early naps can help mitigate cognitive fatigue during long-haul flights. The book stresses that naps or caffeine cannot replace the benefits of a full night's sleep, and that there is no scientific evidence supporting this notion. It also mentions a rare genetic variant allowing some individuals to function on minimal sleep, but notes that this gene is extremely rare. The book explores how sleep deprivation affects emotions, making individuals more prone to irrational responses and emotional swings. It discusses brain scans showing increased emotional reactivity in sleep-deprived individuals, especially in the amygdala, which is associated with anger and rage. The text delves into the two-way relationship between sleep and psychiatric disorders, challenging the idea that mental illnesses cause sleep disruption. It presents evidence that sleep disruption can trigger or exacerbate psychiatric conditions like depression, bipolar disorder, and anxiety. The book also touches on the therapeutic potential of improving sleep quality in psychiatric patients, citing examples of how cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, CBTI, has been successful in this regard. In summary, the book provides insights into the profound impact of sleep deprivation on cognitive function, emotions, and mental health, emphasizing the importance of adequate sleep for overall well-being and rational decision-making. The author, a professor teaching a course on sleep science at UC Berkeley, is concerned about the high prevalence of all-nighters among students, with over 85% of them reporting doing it, primarily for exam cramming. To investigate the impact of all-nighters on learning, the author conducted an MRI study, which revealed a 40% deficit in the ability to learn new facts for the sleep-deprived group compared to those who had a full night of sleep. Sleep deprivation particularly affects the hippocampus, the brain's memory center. The author argues against inloading exams at the end of the semester, suggesting it promotes unhealthy behaviors. Instead, they've changed their own teaching practices by splitting courses into thirds with non-cumulative exams, allowing for better learning retention. The text then transitions to discussing the link between sleep and Alzheimer's disease. 1 in 10 adults over 65 suffers from Alzheimer's, and sleep disruption precedes its onset. Alzheimer's is associated with the buildup of beta amyloid, a toxic protein, and sleep disruption is linked to a decline in memory. The text explores how these factors interact in a self-fulfilling cycle, with amyloid buildup causing sleep disruption and vice versa. The glymphatic system, active during sleep, helps clear out amyloid from the brain. Lack of sleep increases amyloid deposits, making sleep crucial in preventing Alzheimer's. The author's research suggests that improving deep NREM sleep could reduce Alzheimer's risk, and they're exploring methods to artificially increase deep sleep. While insufficient sleep is just one of many Alzheimer's risk factors, prioritizing sleep throughout life may lower the risk of developing the disease. Chapter 8 of the book discusses the critical importance of sleep for overall health, emphasizing that it is the foundation of good health. Sleep deprivation has profound and far-reaching effects on the body. The chapter highlights the connection between insufficient sleep and major health problems such as heart disease, obesity, dementia, diabetes, and cancer. It explains how inadequate sleep harms various physiological systems, including the cardiovascular, metabolic, immune, and reproductive systems. Specifically, the chapter delves into the impact of sleep loss on the cardiovascular system. It reveals that even one night of modest sleep reduction can significantly increase heart rate and blood pressure. Sleep deprivation also leads to the narrowing of coronary arteries, increasing the risk of heart attacks due to oxygen starvation. The sympathetic nervous system, responsible for the fight-or-flight response, plays a crucial role in these health consequences. Prolonged sympathetic activation due to sleep deprivation leads to chronic stress, high cortisol levels, and blood vessel constriction, further contributing to hypertension and cardiovascular problems. The chapter also mentions that growth hormone, essential for healing blood vessels, is suppressed during sleep deprivation, leaving vessels weakened and prone to atherosclerosis and rupture. Finally, the chapter highlights a global experiment in which daylight savings time causes millions of people to lose or gain an hour of sleep, resulting in noticeable spikes or drops in heart attack rates, illustrating the immediate impact of even small sleep disturbances on cardiovascular health. In this book, the author explores the relationship between sleep loss and metabolism, focusing on diabetes and weight gain. Sleep loss and its impact. The book highlights that sleeping less than 7 or 8 hours a night can increase the likelihood of weight gain, obesity, and type 2 diabetes. These conditions have significant health and economic costs. Diabetes and sleep loss. Excessively high blood sugar levels due to prolonged periods of high blood glucose can lead to type 2 diabetes. The book explains how a lack of sleep can impair the body's ability to regulate blood sugar, contributing to the development of diabetes. Research on sleep and diabetes. Studies have shown a strong association between insufficient sleep and a higher risk of type 2 diabetes. Even healthy individuals who experience short sleep durations for just a week can become pre-diabetic due to decreased glucose absorption by their cells. Weight gain and obesity. The book explores how sleep duration affects appetite-regulating hormones, such as leptin and ghrelin. Short sleep increases hunger and cravings, leading to higher calorie consumption and weight gain. Effects on food choices. Sleep-deprived individuals tend to crave sugary and carbohydrate-rich foods, contributing to poor dietary choices. The book discusses the brain activity changes that drive these cravings and result in increased calorie intake. Impact on metabolism. Lack of sleep not only leads to eating more, but also affects the body's metabolism. Sleep-deprived individuals burn fewer calories, making it challenging to lose weight even with reduced calorie intake. The role of sleep in weight loss. The book emphasizes that sufficient sleep is crucial for effective weight loss. Inadequate sleep can lead to muscle loss rather than fat loss during dieting, making it counterproductive. Early life consequences. The effects of sleep deprivation on weight and health are observed from an early age, with children who sleep less having an increased risk of obesity. Overall, the book underscores the importance of getting enough sleep to maintain a healthy metabolism, control weight, and reduce the risk of diabetes and obesity. The book discusses the profound impact of sleep loss on various aspects of human health, focusing on three main areas: the reproductive system, the immune system, and genetic stability. Sleep loss and the reproductive system. The book explains that insufficient sleep can significantly affect the reproductive system in both men and women. In men, a week of sleep restriction to only 5 hours per night leads to a substantial decrease in testosterone levels, aging a man by 10 to 15 years in terms of testosterone virility. Men with sleep disorders, especially sleep apnea, also have lower testosterone levels. Additionally, men reporting poor quality sleep have a 29% lower sperm count and more sperm deformities. Women who sleep less than 6 hours a night experience a 20% drop in follicular-releasing hormone, which is critical for conception. Irregular nighttime work, like shift work, is associated with menstrual cycle abnormalities and subfertility in women. Insufficient sleep during pregnancy can lead to a higher risk of miscarriage. Sleep loss and the immune system. The book highlights the bidirectional relationship between sleep and the immune system. Sleep helps fight infection, and when you're sick, your body demands more sleep to aid the immune response. Lack of sleep weakens the immune system, making you more susceptible to infections. Research shows that even a single night of short sleep can increase the likelihood of catching a cold. Sleep also affects the effectiveness of vaccines. People who get sufficient sleep before receiving a vaccine produce a more robust immune response compared to those with inadequate sleep. Chronic sleep deprivation can weaken natural killer cells, making the body less effective at fighting cancer cells. Nighttime shift work is associated with an increased risk of certain cancers. Sleep loss, genes, and DNA. The book explains how chronic sleep loss can impact gene expression and genetic stability. Thousands of genes in the brain rely on consistent and sufficient sleep for proper regulation. Sleep deprivation can impair the activity of hundreds of genes, leading to inflammation, cellular stress, and an increased risk of diseases like cardiovascular disease. Additionally, short sleep and poor sleep quality are associated with greater damage to telomeres, the protective caps at the ends of chromosomes. Telomere damage can accelerate aging and increase the risk of various diseases, such as dementia and cancer. In summary, the book emphasizes the critical importance of sleep for overall health and well-being, highlighting how sleep loss can affect various bodily systems, including reproduction, immunity, and genetic stability. In Chapter 9 titled, Routinely Psychotic, the author discusses the nature of dreams during REM, rapid eye movement, sleep. They provide 5 reasons why dreams in REM sleep can be considered psychotic, including hallucinations, delusions, disorientation, emotional swings, and amnesia. The chapter mainly focuses on the brain activity during REM sleep and how advances in brain imaging have provided insights into the nature of dreams. It also discusses the limitations of Sigmund Freud's theory of dreams and highlights the importance of understanding the source and content of dreams. Finally, the chapter touches on the question of whether dreams serve a specific function and mentions the concept of lucid dreaming. In this chapter, the author explores the concept of dreaming, particularly its potential therapeutic functions. The author begins by comparing dreams to epiphenomena, using the analogy of a light bulb producing both light and heat. They suggest that dreams might be unintended byproducts of REM sleep rather than having a specific purpose. To determine the purpose of dreams, scientists first examine the functions of REM sleep. If dreams were essential for these functions, it would imply that dreams are not mere epiphenomena but serve a purpose. Two core benefits of REM sleep are identified: emotional and mental health support and problem-solving and creativity. The author introduces the idea of dreaming as a form of overnight therapy. They propose that REM sleep dreaming helps reduce the emotional intensity of distressing experiences by lowering noradrenaline levels in the brain. This emotional resolution occurs during REM sleep and allows people to remember significant experiences without being overwhelmed by negative emotions. The author presents an experiment involving emotional image exposure before and after sleep to demonstrate how REM sleep contributes to emotional resolution. Participants who slept between sessions experience reduced emotional reactivity to the images and decreased activity in the amygdala, a brain region associated with emotions. The importance of specific content in dreams is emphasized, as dreaming about emotional themes related to traumatic experiences is crucial for emotional resolution. Clinical studies by Dr. Rosalind Cartwright support this idea, showing that patients who dream about their traumatic experiences achieve clinical remission from depression. The chapter then discusses the use of the drug prazosin, which lowers noradrenaline levels in the brain and has been found to alleviate PTSD-related nightmares. The drug's success supports the theory that REM sleep plays a vital role in processing traumatic memories. The author also explores another function of REM sleep: the calibration of the brain's emotional response to facial expressions. REM sleep helps individuals accurately interpret facial expressions, enabling them to navigate the social world effectively. The absence of REM sleep leads to a fear bias, where individuals perceive even friendly faces as threatening. Additionally, the chapter highlights the importance of REM sleep in adolescents as they transition into independence, relying on their improved emotional calibration to navigate the complex social world. The detrimental effects of early school start times on teenagers' REM sleep are briefly mentioned. Overall, this chapter delves into the therapeutic and emotional regulation aspects of REM sleep and dreaming, shedding light on the importance of these processes for mental and emotional well-being. In Chapter 11, the book discusses the role of REM sleep and dreaming in fostering creativity and problem-solving. It highlights how dreaming during REM sleep processes and combines acquired knowledge in novel ways, leading to creative insights. It begins with the story of Dmitry Mendeleev's dream, which inspired the periodic table of elements. The chapter also mentions other instances of dream-inspired creativity, including Paul McCartney's songs, Yesterday, and Let It Be, and Keith Richards' guitar riff in the song, Satisfaction. The book explains that dreaming has sparked literary ideas and epics, such as Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. The author, a neuroscientist, and his colleague conducted experiments to investigate the creative benefits of REM sleep. They found that problem-solving abilities significantly improved after awakening from REM sleep compared to NREM sleep or daytime wakefulness. Participant solutions appeared more effortless and divergent after REM sleep. Additionally, the book discusses the brain's associative memory processing during REM sleep, which allows it to connect distantly related concepts and foster creativity. It describes an experiment involving anagram solving and semantic priming, showing that REM sleep enhances creative memory processing by favoring non-obvious links between information. In conclusion, this chapter explores the scientific evidence supporting the idea that REM sleep and dreaming promote creativity, and problem solving by allowing the brain to make novel connections between memories. The text discusses how REM sleep and dreaming play a crucial role in problem solving and creativity. It highlights that during REM sleep, the brain can abstract overarching knowledge and concepts from sets of information. For instance, infants can deduce complex grammatical rules from novel languages they hear after sleeping. In a study, participants who had a full night of REM-rich sleep demonstrated a threefold difference in creative problem-solving compared to those who stayed awake. The content of dreams is emphasized as a key factor in problem-solving success. An experiment using a virtual reality maze showed that participants who dreamed about maze-related experiences exhibited significantly better performance compared to those who dreamed about unrelated content. The text also mentions the practice of lucid dreaming, where individuals become aware that they are dreaming and can even control their dream experiences. Scientific experiments have provided objective evidence that lucid dreamers can manipulate their dreams, even to the extent of having timed orgasms. Finally, it speculates on the evolutionary significance of lucid dreaming, suggesting that it might be a unique skill that could have advantages in creative problem solving, potentially impacting the future of human evolution. Chapter 12 of the book delves into various sleep disorders, including somnambulism, sleepwalking, insomnia, and narcolepsy, highlighting the unique aspects of each condition and their impact on individuals' lives. Somnambulism, sleepwalking. Sleepwalking occurs during deep NREM sleep, not during dream REM sleep. It involves episodes of automatic, but well-rehearsed actions during sleep, like walking or talking. Diagnosis involves monitoring brainwave activity and video recording in a sleep laboratory. Most cases are harmless, but occasionally, extreme behaviors can occur during sleepwalking. The chapter shares the tragic story of Kenneth Parks, who committed severe acts of violence during a sleepwalking episode. Insomnia. Insomnia is the most common sleep disorder, characterized by difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep despite having the opportunity to sleep. It's distinct from sleep deprivation, as individuals with insomnia cannot generate good sleep quality or quantity. Chronic insomnia involves ongoing sleep difficulties for more than 3 nights a week for over 3 months. It often has psychological causes, such as emotional concerns or distress, leading to overactive sympathetic nervous system activity. Insomnia has significant effects on daily functioning, and treatment is necessary. The chapter emphasizes the importance of seeking help from a sleep medicine doctor for insomnia and mentions the prevalence of the condition. Narcolepsy. Narcolepsy is a neurological disorder with genetic factors, but not inherited. Its core symptoms include excessive daytime sleepiness, sleep paralysis, and cataplexy. Excessive daytime sleepiness results in sudden and irresistible sleep attacks during the day. Sleep paralysis is a temporary inability to move or talk when waking up, often occurring during REM sleep. Cataplexy involves sudden muscle weakness triggered by emotions. The book clarifies that while sleep paralysis is a symptom associated with narcolepsy, it can also occur in healthy individuals. In summary, Chapter 12 explores the intriguing world of sleep disorders, shedding light on their causes, effects, and the need for medical attention in some cases. In this text, we explore various sleep-related phenomena, beginning with sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis is often associated with feelings of dread and the perception of an intruder in the room, which has led to many alien abduction claims. These episodes are primarily caused by REM sleep paralysis upon awakening, not actual alien encounters. The text then delves into narcolepsy, a sleep disorder characterized by excessive daytime sleepiness, sleep paralysis, and cataplexy. Cataplexy involves sudden muscle weakness or collapse triggered by emotions, both positive and negative. This symptom makes daily life challenging and affects emotional experiences significantly. The author explains that narcolepsy results from a malfunction in the sleep-wake switch located in the hypothalamus, specifically related to orexin, a neurotransmitter. This malfunction leads to unstable sleep-wake patterns, causing narcoleptic individuals to oscillate between wakefulness and sleep throughout the day and night. Treatment for narcolepsy is challenging, with limited options. Medications like amphetamines and antidepressants are used to manage symptoms, but have significant drawbacks. Research is ongoing to develop more effective treatments. The text then transitions to a rare and fatal sleep disorder called fatal familial insomnia, FFI. It tells the story of Michael Cork, a man who developed severe insomnia due to FFI and ultimately died from it. FFI is caused by a genetic anomaly in the PRNP gene, resulting in a mutated prion protein that affects sleep regulation. Overall, these narratives shed light on the complexities of sleep disorders, their impact on individuals' lives, and the ongoing challenges in understanding and treating them. The text discusses a rare genetic disorder called fatal familial insomnia, FFI, caused by misfolded prion proteins that destroy parts of the brain, particularly the thalamus, leading to a severe form of brain degeneration. FFI prevents individuals from sleeping, and there are limited treatment options. The text also raises ethical questions about genetic inheritance and whether individuals would want to know if they carry the FFI gene. It then delves into the deadly consequences of sleep deprivation, citing research on animals, particularly rats, and highlighting how sleep deprivation leads to metabolic and thermal imbalances, skin problems, and weakened immune systems. Septicemia, a bacterial infection from the gut, was identified as the ultimate cause of death in sleep-deprived animals. The text addresses a study on the sleep habits of pre-industrial tribes and clarifies that they provide themselves with sleep opportunities similar to modern recommendations, debunking the idea that humans can thrive on minimal sleep. The tribe's shorter lifespans, potentially due to immune system weaknesses caused by sleep deprivation during food scarcity, challenge the notion that they require less sleep. Lastly, the text mentions that the relationship between sleep duration and mortality risk is not linear, with increased mortality risk associated with both too little and too much sleep. It emphasizes that extremely long sleep durations, just like extremes in food, water, or oxygen intake, may have adverse effects on health and mortality. The recommended sleep duration for an average adult is 7 to 9 hours. Chapter 13 of the book explores the factors affecting our sleep patterns in the modern world. It identifies 5 key factors responsible for disrupted and inadequate sleep: constant electric light, regularized temperature, caffeine, alcohol, and the legacy of time cards. The chapter begins by discussing how Thomas Edison's invention of the electric light bulb transformed our ability to control light, altering our sleep-wake patterns. Before electric light, humans followed natural daylight cycles, but now artificial light has led to later bedtimes. The chapter also delves into the impact of blue light from LED technology on our sleep. Blue LED light is most effective at suppressing melatonin, a hormone that signals sleep, making it more challenging to fall asleep. Electronic devices like iPads and smartphones emit blue LED light, further affecting our sleep patterns, as seen in studies where reading on an iPad delayed melatonin release and disrupted sleep quality. Alcohol is another topic explored in this chapter. It is commonly misunderstood as a sleep aid, but in reality, it's a sedative that can lead to fragmented sleep, hinder REM sleep, and even cause hallucinations if abused. Even moderate alcohol consumption can disrupt sleep and impair memory consolidation. The chapter concludes with recommendations to mitigate the negative effects of artificial light and alcohol on sleep. including creating dimly lit environments, using blackout curtains, and reducing evening alcohol consumption to improve sleep quality and overall health. In Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker, the book discusses the crucial role of the thermal environment in determining sleep quality and the ease of falling asleep. It highlights the significance of ambient room temperature, bedding, and clothing in shaping the thermal envelope around the body. The book emphasizes that to initiate and maintain sleep effectively, your core body temperature needs to decrease by about 2 to 3 degrees Fahrenheit, which is facilitated by a drop in room temperature. The text explains how thermosensitive cells in the brain detect this temperature decrease and signal the release of melatonin, contributing to the timing of sleep. It also mentions that your body actively participates in regulating its core temperature, with the hands, feet, and head playing a crucial role in radiating heat to induce sleep. It notes that some pre-sleep rituals, like splashing water on your face or taking a hot bath, help in dissipating heat from the skin surface, aiding in the cooling process. The book explores the evolutionary connection between sleep and temperature fluctuations, pointing out that pre-industrial cultures, living in thermally varying environments, have well-timed, healthy sleep patterns. In contrast, modern society's controlled indoor temperatures and heavy bedding may disrupt this natural rhythm, affecting sleep quality. It suggests that a bedroom temperature of around 65 degrees Fahrenheit is ideal for most people, as temperatures above or below this range can hinder sleep. Additionally, the book delves into the history of enforced awakening during the industrial era, with the introduction of alarm clocks. It highlights the physiological differences between natural waking and abrupt alarm-induced waking, which can lead to a spike in blood pressure and heart rate. The snooze button is discussed as a contributor to these negative effects, emphasizing the importance of a consistent sleep schedule. The author also humorously describes unusual alarm clock designs used to wake people in creative, sometimes absurd ways. The text concludes by acknowledging the challenges modern society poses to healthy sleep, including irregular schedules, artificial lighting, and substances like caffeine and alcohol. It briefly mentions the use of prescription sleeping pills as a potential solution and hints at further discussions on this topic in the next chapter. Chapter 14 of the book discusses the use of sleeping pills and their impact on sleep quality and overall health. It highlights the following key points. Sleeping pills versus natural sleep. Sleeping pills, including prescription ones, do not induce natural sleep. They work by sedating the brain, targeting the same receptors as alcohol, and effectively knocking out the higher brain regions. Effects of sleeping pills. Modern sleeping pills, like Ambien and Lunesta, produce a type of sleep with deficient brainwave activity, lacking the largest, deepest brainwaves associated with natural sleep. They can lead to side effects like grogginess, forgetfulness, and impaired motor skills. Rebound insomnia. When individuals stop taking sleeping pills, they can experience rebound insomnia, often worse than their initial sleep problems, due to drug dependency and withdrawal. Mortality risk. Studies suggest that people who use prescription sleeping pills have a higher risk of death and certain medical conditions, including infections, car accidents, heart disease, stroke, and even cancer. Cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia. CBTI is recommended as the first-line treatment for chronic insomnia. It involves working with a therapist to address sleep habits, anxiety, and lifestyle factors that contribute to insomnia. CBTI has been shown to be more effective and sustainable than sleeping pills. General good sleep practices. For those without insomnia, practicing good sleep hygiene, such as maintaining a regular sleep schedule, reducing caffeine and alcohol intake, and avoiding screens in the bedroom, can improve sleep quality. Going to bed and waking up at the same time each day is especially important. Exercise and diet. Regular physical activity can improve sleep quality, though it may not have an immediate, direct impact. Avoid exercising too close to bedtime. Diet-wise, avoiding heavy, carbohydrate-rich meals before bed, especially those high in sugar, can help promote better sleep. The chapter emphasizes the potential risks and limited benefits of prescription sleeping pills and encourages readers to explore alternative approaches to improving sleep, particularly CBTI, and adopting healthy sleep practices. It also highlights the importance of maintaining a balanced diet and regular exercise for overall sleep health. In Chapter 15 of the book titled Sleep in Society, the author discusses the growing problem of sleep deprivation in modern society and its impact on various aspects of our lives. They highlight that a significant portion of the population in developed countries is not getting enough sleep, leading to a global health epidemic. The author argues that this lack of sleep affects not only individuals, but also has far-reaching consequences for society as a whole. The author presents 4 key examples of how insufficient sleep is affecting society. Sleep in the workplace. Sleep deprivation impairs key faculties required for most jobs. Despite other health and safety policies in workplaces, insufficient sleep is often tolerated and even encouraged. Studies show that sleep-deprived employees are less productive, less creative, and more prone to unethical behavior. Insufficient sleep also affects leadership, making supervisors and CEOs less effective and charismatic. Torture, interrogation. Sleep deprivation is used as a form of torture in various contexts. The chapter discusses how sleep loss can lead to extreme physical and psychological distress, making it an effective tool for coercion. Sleep in the education system. The author explains how early school start times can lead to chronic sleep deprivation in students, negatively impacting their academic performance, mood, and overall well-being. Sleep in medicine and healthcare. The chapter highlights the importance of sleep for medical professionals and how sleep deprivation can lead to medical errors and compromise patient care. The author also emphasizes the economic cost of sleep loss, with sleep-deprived employees costing companies billions of dollars in lost productivity. Additionally, they mention that individuals who get less sleep earn less money on average. The chapter ends by discussing forward-thinking companies like Nike and Google that have adopted more relaxed work schedules and even offer dedicated nap spaces to improve employee well-being and productivity. Finally, the author mentions NASA's research into the benefits of short naps on task performance and alertness, suggesting that creating conditions for employees to get enough sleep should be considered a valuable investment in business success. In this passage, the author discusses the inhumane use of sleep deprivation in society, including its use in torture by some governments. The author argues that sleep deprivation is not only morally unacceptable, but also ineffective for obtaining accurate information during interrogations. The physical and mental harm inflicted by prolonged sleep deprivation is highlighted, including its links to suicidal thoughts, depression, anxiety, and cardiovascular events. The author then shifts to the topic of sleep and education, particularly the early school start times in the United States. They argue that starting school early in the morning forces children and teenagers to wake up too early, which is detrimental to their health and learning. The author presents evidence that delayed school start times lead to better academic performance, improved attendance, reduced behavioral problems, and decreased substance use. Furthermore, the author discusses the link between sleep deficiency and ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, in children. They emphasize that some children diagnosed with ADHD may actually be suffering from sleep disorders and receive medications like amphetamines, which can worsen their sleep problems. The passage concludes with a call for increased awareness of the importance of sleep in children's lives and the need for changes in the education system to prioritize their sleep needs. The author argues that failing to address sleep deprivation in children perpetuates a harmful cycle and calls for a public health awareness campaign on this issue. This section discusses the story of William Halsted, a pioneering surgeon and cocaine addict, whose erratic behavior and addiction led to a series of troubling incidents. It highlights how his cocaine use affected his work and colleagues' observations of his unusual actions. Despite attempts at rehabilitation, Halsted continued to struggle with addiction. The text then delves into the issue of sleep deprivation among medical residents. It reveals that the demanding residency programs, with long hours and little sleep, have led to medical errors and even fatalities. These errors increase significantly after 30-hour shifts without sleep. The text points out that sleep-deprived doctors are more likely to make mistakes, injure themselves, and even experience drowsy driving accidents. The author questions why the American medical establishment has not revised work schedules to allow for adequate sleep for residents and attending physicians. While there have been some changes, the text argues that these alterations are insufficient, particularly for residents in their first year of training. It mentions that European countries with shorter work hours for doctors still maintain high-quality medical care. In conclusion, the text emphasizes the importance of addressing the issue of sleep deprivation in medical training and calls for a change in the sleep-anemic model of medical education. It also highlights the historical consequences of sleep deprivation, such as the Chernobyl nuclear disaster and the Exxon Valdez oil spill, both of which could have been prevented with adequate sleep. Chapter 16 discusses a new vision for addressing the global sleep crisis in the 21st century. The author outlines a multi-level approach to improving sleep, starting with individual transformations. Individual transformation. The first step involves enhancing sleep for individuals. Passive methods, like using technology to track sleep and circadian rhythms, are preferred. Sleep trackers could be combined with smart home devices, like thermostats, and lighting to optimize sleep environments. By adjusting room temperatures and lighting based on an individual's biophysiology, homes can create ideal sleep conditions. LED bulbs could be engineered to vary the wavelength of light emitted, reducing melatonin suppression and aiding sleep. Active solutions. These require individuals to actively participate in changing their sleep habits. Educating people about sleep's importance can help, but knowledge alone isn't enough. The author suggests that exposing individuals to their own sleep data through wearable devices can drive lasting behavioral change. By tracking sleep's impact on physical and mental health, people can see the benefits of getting more sleep. Over time, this could lead to healthier sleep habits. Long-term impact. The chapter emphasizes that these changes, while not revolutionary, can have a significant impact on health and productivity. Even small increases in nightly sleep duration can result in major long-term benefits, both individually and for society as a whole. The goal is to shift from a model of treating illness to one of preventing it, which is more cost-effective and efficient in the long run. In this book excerpt, the author discusses the concept of predictalytics and its potential application to sleep health. Predictalytics involves using data and scientific knowledge to predict how certain behaviors, such as smoking or inadequate sleep, can impact an individual's future health and well-being. The author presents the idea of creating apps that use predictive modeling based on scientific data to show individuals how their faces and health may change over time if they continue certain habits, like smoking or not getting enough sleep. The author suggests that a similar approach could be adopted for sleep, where individuals could receive predictions about the potential risks of conditions like Alzheimer's disease, cancer, or diabetes if they continue to get insufficient sleep. Additionally, the author proposes using sleep data to optimize the timing of flu vaccinations to improve their effectiveness, potentially saving healthcare costs. The author also highlights the lack of sleep education in schools compared to other health topics like diet, exercise, and drug safety. They express a desire to work with organizations like the World Health Organization to develop sleep education modules that can be implemented globally to raise awareness about the importance of sleep. Furthermore, the author discusses organizational changes, such as offering sleep-related incentives to employees and adopting flexible work shifts to accommodate different sleep patterns. They also address the need to prioritize sleep in medical settings, especially in intensive care units and neonatal care, to improve patient outcomes. The author emphasizes the importance of public policy and societal change, suggesting the need for public campaigns to educate people about the dangers of drowsy driving and potential legal measures to address it. They propose the development of technology that can detect and prevent drowsy driving accidents. Additionally, the author suggests incentivizing individuals to improve their sleep habits through health insurance discounts based on sleep tracking data. Overall, the author advocates for a comprehensive approach to improving sleep health through education, organizational changes, medical reforms, and public policy initiatives.